Hey y'all, are you ready for what's in store for today? I'm so excited as this is one of my favorite things to do in my business. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey and I have a small business called Crafts by Kelsey. Over here, we love getting creative and we always find something new to do. So today's journey is going to be going through my inventory. We're going to see what we have, figure out what we need more of, and then batch make it so that I can get ready for market season. Let's get to it. We're about halfway through counting our inventory, and I have to say I'm pretty surprised about how much inventory I actually had in that container. I think I had more in there than I thought, so I may not need to batch make as much as I was anticipating. For the most part, counting's going pretty well. I have made it to this next item that, believe it or not, I actually forgot I had it in here because it's kind of like a seasonal item that I'm offering. So it will only be out for sale for like the colder months, the fall and the winter. So this is, if y'all haven't seen these are my little collars. Maybe that was a bad one to try on because my hair is brown. Let's see. We'll try this one on so I can show you what it is. So I really like to wear this with button-up shirts or dresses, high neck dresses like. And I think it's so cute. I obviously would not wear it with what I have on, but I'll link it in my description so y'all can go see like my pictures of me wearing it in the fall. This is just a product tag, but isn't that so pretty? I love the little contrasting bow, especially for fall. Really pretty color, and it goes all the way around. It's really comfortable. I feel like it adds a lot of style to your outfit, and I have a pretty good stock of these. So I have them on my website for $21, and again I will link that in my description. But I really love those. Y'all should check those out. done counting inventory. All right, I've gone through all my inventory and I've got it in my little container over here. And I'm kind of tired. It's time for a break, but we're actually about to go out of town, so I have to stop for now. We will come back and regroup maybe in a couple of days. We'll see. So it's been a couple days and I've decided to revisit my inventory so that I can start batch making and get ready for my markets. So last time I was on here, I wrote down the quantity of each item that I had already made that was in my inventory container. I just now went through and I wrote down next to that the amount that I would like to have of each item. And then in the next column, I wrote down how many I need to make in order to get to that ideal number. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna write a list of what exactly I would like to make if I have enough time to do so before market season comes. So first are my pot holders. Looks like I want to make 1 ivory and 3 linen. And lastly are bookmarks. These are have been my bestseller. A lot of times at markets, that is a big seller for me. So I sell out of them really quick and I like to have a good amount on hand. So we're going to make 4 antique gold, 2 serene spa, and 4 French lilac. All right, so that's it. We've got our list ready. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be, but there are some big projects in here, like the tote bags take a pretty long time to make. So let's go to my yarn shelf, which is right over here. Not that one. That one is like my personal yarn. This is like my business yarn over here. You can't see it. I'll show you in a second, but we're going to check that out and see if I have all the yarn I need to make these items. And then if not, I will have to make a list to go to the craft store and stock up on some yarn so that I can make these items. All right, so we're at my yarn shelf and we're going to figure out what yarn I need to go to the craft store and purchase. First on my list are pot holders. Let's see. No, I don't have any pot holder yarn. So I'm gonna have to buy yarn, ivory pot holder yarn and linen pot holder yarn. So let's write that down. Okay, next on my list are hanging baskets, and it looks like I need to make 1 olive. So this is the yarn I used for that, and I do not have any olive. I have this sage green color, but I don't have my olive. It looks like I've run out. Oh, maybe I have a little snippet, but that is not gonna make a hanging basket. So I need to get one of those. Crochet ribbons. I want to make 1 antique gold. I have plenty of antique gold yarn here to be able to make that, so no purchase needed there. Next on my list are bandanas, and I need to make 2 ivory bandanas. My bandana yarn is actually separate. It's over here because it's microfiber. This is my cotton yarn from here to here. This is microfiber, and then this is acrylic. So these 3 right here for bandanas, for the ivory bandanas, is plenty. We don't need to purchase that. All right, check on that one. Next is water bottle bags, and I want to make 1 serene spa. So let's see, serene spa, There is one skein here, but I don't believe this is enough because I started using this one. It looks like maybe to make some cup sleeves. So I do need to get a skein of this. So let's write that down. 1 skein of Serene Spa. Okay, next are my sunflower tote bags, and I want to make 1 ivory. That's actually made out of this yarn. So I have plenty of ivory to be able to make that. I also use this color. I have plenty of that. Brown, there's enough there as well. And then olive, which I'm purchasing. Will that 1 skein that I'm getting be enough, or do I need 1 more? I might need to get 1 more olive skein. So let's write that down. Next are my regular tote bags that are made in my cotton yarn, which is this little section here. I want to make 1 ivory and 1 Serene Spa. So ivory, I have 1 full skein and then 1 that's been used. So I do need another skein because it takes just about 2 full skeins. So let's write down 1 ivory. And then I want to make 1 Serene Spa. I have half of a skein here, but I think I'm using part of that for my water bottle bag. However, I have already started making a Serene Spa tote bag. And I have, what's in my project bag? Let's see. I have about half of a skein left in here. I don't think it's going to get me through the project, so I think I do need to get 1 more skein of the Serene Spa. Okay, lastly are my bookmarks. I want to make 4 antique gold, which is this cotton. There's plenty there to make antique gold. I use a little bit of ivory, and maybe I need to get some ivory. Let's write that down. We'll get 1 ivory to make sure we have enough to make the bookmarks. And let's see, next are the Serene Spa bookmarks, which I should have enough with buying extra from these other projects. So we should be okay there. French lilac bookmarks, which is this pretty purple color. And I have plenty for that. I did already write down to get an ivory for the centers, but we do use olive for the stems, and I don't know that this is enough olive. So let me write down 1 olive skein. All right, that's it. We did it. We have our list together. Let me try to give you a little glimpse at the list. I hope that's focused in there for y'all. But that's just my list of what we just went through, so that when I go to the craft store, I know exactly what I want to purchase, and I can have my budget planned out so that when I get there, I stay focused and I get exactly what I need, and I don't come out with way more yarn or the wrong yarn, because you know we have plenty of yarn here, and I don't need to keep buying the same yarn over again. We have plenty here, so we have our list, we're set, we're ready to go to the craft store, and we are ready to start batch making what we can with the yarn that I already have here. So we do have plenty to work on. No worries about having to get to the store right away, but I do want to get to the store at some point so that I can purchase the rest of these things and get everything just marked off my list and ready to get tagged and packaged and ready to go to market. So we are done with this step, and I'm probably gonna go cozy on the couch and maybe start batch making a few of these things. See if I can mark off a couple before bedtime tonight. Yeah, good catching up with y'all, and let's go crochet for a little bit. So I've been off work probably not even 30 minutes yet, and went home and changed clothes and got ready and picked up a little traveler. I convinced Cameron to come. With me, so I went and picked him up, and we're about to go in Hobby Lobby to get me some yarn. Let's go. It's a sad day, y'all. I just went through the whole yarn section, and it appears to me that the yarn that I used to make my beautiful pot holders may be discontinued, which is so sad because I love those pot holders, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find some yarn that is similar to fix it or not. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I may not have pot holders anymore after what I've made, after what I already have in my inventory. I may have to discontinue them because there's no more yarn, but I don't know. I'm hopeful maybe we can find some yarn that's similar. I don't see any here right now, but we got everything else. Let me show you my buggy. We got all the other yarn that I needed besides my pot holder yarn, so we're ready to go. Let's go find Cameron wherever he went. Yarn secured. I've been home from work for a couple hours now, and when I got home, I came over here to my desk and I started tagging all of my items with my little tags that I sew on, and that is very time consuming. I think it's like 7 o'clock right now and I get off at 4:30. So from, what was it, like 4:40 until 7, I've been sewing on all these tags, and I crocheted a little bit too. So anyway, I'm finally done, and before I go on to the next thing, I wanted to show y'all what I wore to work today. My vest, if y'all saw my last video where me and Cameron went on a date night, I guess it was a date night, with gift cards, and I got some yarn from Michael's. This is what I made. I made a vest. I told you I was going to make a vest. It wasn't enough yarn to go through the back, so I used fabric on the back and I just sewed it. And I've loved this fabric. I've had it for a while, but it wasn't enough to make like a full vest. I only had enough fabric to make the back of the vest, and then I used a different green like for the inside, and then I crocheted the front and put these little buttons. I think it turned out super cute. But yeah, I wore that to work today, and I was like, hey, I should show them what I made with my yarn. So yeah, that's my finished product. But now we're going to move on to tagging my items. I don't think I've ever shared this with y'all. Look, I have it all like laid out here on my desk. And after I sew my little tags on with Crafts by Kelsey on it, I go through and I have all these tags that I've like pre-printed and cut out. And I put the price, what it's made of. So I'll put like cotton or acrylic yarn is usually what I have. Most of my stuff is cotton, but some of it is acrylic. And then how to wash it. Most of it I recommend to hand wash, but there are some things that you can put in the wash machine, and I really wouldn't worry about it getting messed up in the wash. So I fill out all these tags for each item, and then I have my little pins that I stick through the hole in the top, and then that's how I attach it to crochet project. So that's what we're gonna work through and get done so that I can pack these up for my markets. I failed to mention, I prepped most of what I had on my list that I wanted to get done, and some added things that were not on my list. I did make some extra hanging baskets, this stack over here, and I can't remember, maybe these weren't on, I don't think these were on my list. I made a couple cup sleeves. I haven't made the ivory tote bag and then the sunflower tote bag, and it's because those take a really long time, and I'm just gonna work on them as I can. I'm sure I will still have it done before my next market. For the sake of this video, those are just a work in progress right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and start tagging these. All right, y'all, we did it. We batch made my inventory. I put it in this cute little bag I got from Joann's when they were going out of business. But it's full to the top. And like I said, I still have those 2 tote bags that I'm making that I'm going to add to it. But we batch made the inventory. That was a lot of work, I'm not going to lie. But I love it. And I'm so glad I get to make these items for y'all. I can't wait for y'all to get y'all's hands on them. Thank y'all so much for watching my video and coming along as I showed y'all all the behind the scenes of making products and getting them ready for the season, the market season. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for any future videos. We always have a lot of fun over here. I try to keep it interesting and do new stuff all the time, so we'll never get bored. I hope to see y'all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye until next time. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Colossians 3:23.